6 o'clock and right now on WHAS 11 News, cell phone evidence and a shocking new statement from a witness blowing holes in the alibi of murder suspect Brooks Houck in the trial of the decade underway for Kentucky, the Crystal Rogers murder mystery. Hello everybody, as we end a very busy week in Bowling Green, I'm Doug Proffitt. A woman today on the stand said she heard the Lawsons talking about moving a body on the Houck family farm. We've got a lot more to talk about all this in the testimonies. Our team coverage begins. We're joined by Shay McAllister live in Bowling Green. She has been in the courtroom again where cameras have been forbidden by the judge. Shay, I know you had a lot of notes being taken today on this.
Absolutely, Doug. I think I got to 82 pages of notes as we wrapped up today. And as we wrapped up today, the prosecution was sure that they wanted to give the jury a lot to think about over this weekend. Sitting at home, they've been instructed not to research the case, but the prosecution sure had a lot of things brand new for them today to go home with. Heather Snellen was emotional after taking the stand to testify. She's Steve Lawson's ex-girlfriend and told jurors she overheard a concerning statement from Steve and Joseph Lawson while she was in Steve's basement in 2017. She told the jurors they were talking about moving a body using a skid steer on the Houck farm. This was incredibly difficult to hear for Crystal's family, who all grabbed tissue boxes and were noticeably upset. And then when Brooks Houck's attorney started cross-examination, Heather got upset. They pointed out how she was using drugs during this time, at risk of losing her son, and how police might have coerced her into saying something that wasn't true to keep her son. Through tears, she stood her ground and said, "No, it is the truth." She overheard the Lawsons talking about moving a body on the Houck farm. Also under scrutiny today, Brooks Houck's written statement about where he was on the last day Crystal Rogers was seen alive. He put it on paper inside the Nelson County Sheriff's interrogation room.
As you can tell when you look at that list, I got so much stuff to do. I don't have any unaccounted for time.
Mentioning filing eviction notices, mowing lawns, meeting with the electric company, and working on development plans with a civil engineer. Detective John Snow questioned him about it then.
So during that time, from reading your statement, you left once and went down almost to Loretta Road and then turned around and came back.
And today, LMPD Detective Tim O'Daniel, an expert in digital forensics, testified that location evidence from Houck's phone on July 3rd, 2015 does not match his timeline. According to that evidence, Houck was at his family farm from 9:30 in the morning until 4 p.m. that afternoon. His phone then traveled to a lumber store and then to his home for a few hours before heading back to the farm. Shane Young asked the detective, "How accurate is that?" He responded, "Very accurate." So now the jury are all at home. Court wrapped up a little bit early this afternoon, and they are under strict instructions from the judge. The judge asked them not to talk to their friends or family about what they've heard in the case, not to Google the Crystal Rogers case, not to click on anything they see on social media or watch any media reports. Of course, that's a lot of instruction when it comes to a case that is so high profile and probably on all of their social media feeds tonight. We will be back as this trial picks up at 8:30 on Monday morning in Bowling Green. For now in Warren County, I'm Shay McAllister, WHAS 11 on your side.
Nick Houck's phone was turned off essentially the whole, I think, 3rd and 4th of July. Completely off. No tower data, nothing. I don't know what to make of that yet, but I thought that was a very, very interesting thing. I don't know anybody that's had their cell phone off for 2 days.
Right.
People go crazy. They go to the Verizon store or the AT&T, wherever. And I just think that is interesting. I'm not sure how the prosecution is going to use it, but they made it a point to get it out and put it in front of the jury, so I got to believe they're going to use it somehow.
That's WHAS 11 News legal analyst Nick Mudd, Louisville attorney, moments ago on our 5:30 broadcast. 1 year ago, he was telling us that the cell phone records would be some of the most important evidence in the trial because of its accuracy, and Nick Mudd is saying that's playing out today. Now, we're going to be here tonight with a brand new 30-minute special report for you to cover this very busy Friday of major headlines out of Bowling Green. Watch it tonight at 9 p.m., and you can do it by downloading the free WHAS 11 Plus app. That's where you'll see our broadcast at 9. Download on your TV and watch for free.